All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to round five of the Minnesota Nationals. We have um, the text hasn't changed yet, but this is Lightside Joe Olson on Obimuning versus Bill Kafer on That Thing is Operational.
I hope you guys are not tired of Obi-Wan commuting, but there's like 10 people playing it. It's at the top tables. We're not going to get
Yeah.
away from it.
Well, in particular, all of Team Five is on it, and by coincidence, this round, all of Team Five was light side. So we,
Yep.
like you said, could not get away from it.
So how do you think this matchup goes? I haven't seen TTO in a while.
Haven't seen TTO in a while. I do know that Bill lost a close one, I think, in round one to either Jeff or Cal on the same list. So we certainly know it can at least be a close game. I would not expect there to be relatively unprotected. So it's going to really be about TTO wanting to speed out, get its setup going as quick as it can, and try to get some damage in.
I think they might be playing relatively unprotected.
Oh,
I think
did
I
you?
saw it in Cal's deck.
Did you? Well, that would be problematic for Bill.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that
I
might be.
saw a lot of sevens, but I don't think I saw RU. But we'll see. Yeah, so we know that basically it's gonna be tough for TTO to interact on the ground versus Obimuning, right? They're just not gonna really be able to have. Oh, thank you for the opening hand there for Joe.
Not very, I
Went by quick, but I saw Escape
think he
Pod, I think
had,
non-combo.
yeah,
I
and he
can't
had
believe he's
Baru.
gone in Owen and Baru.
I don't think he had any other characters though.
Yeah. All right, so he's tutoring up 3PO to start the game.
You got any good trivia questions to ask, Drew?
Trivia
Thanks for giving
questions.
away Dendajar full art foils today.
Into jar and full alt foils for trivia questions. My goodness.
I got a
Well,
good one.
please.
Can anyone name the two decks that Drew played on day two at San Diego when he won?
Oh no. 23 viewers. Can't imagine that many people care about what I played.
His day two decks, both light and dark.
For a full art Dintajaran. There it is.
CCT and Anakin
Dan
Time.
Dan nailed it. CCT and Anakin Saga. It feels like 10 years ago in this
I
current
know.
meta.
It's like I wouldn't play either of those decks right now.
Well, I certainly wouldn't touch CCT against the Obi-Muning meta. Anakin, I think, still has some to be honest. I think there's actually some good stuff. All right.
Okay, so Bill's
They gave away a
he
din.
found that first sector, which is sometimes elusive in TTO.
Yeah. He's got Ozzel sitting there with Mox to Gerard inside the bunker, pulling his stuff. Obviously, Bill needed to be a little careful in case of like a spy. Well, a spy beatdown wouldn't be that much on turn one. It'd be well, you gotta be careful for Jen, right? He throws out
Yeah,
Jen turn one. But it's still, if I were Joe, not that there's a Jen in his hand, but he'd probably do it, right?
it'd probably be
If
worth
you
it,
you
especially if he
get
has this card.
yeah, so all he has to do is just draw a four, and then he gets to clear out Moff Gerard, and that's the
Yeah,
end of the game. Obviously, ideally, you can put more Gerard in space turn one if you have the card for it. Obviously, built. This is round five, and I believe they are both three, 3-1. Or no, yeah, 3-1. Bill
yeah,
is
they're
definitely
both
three
three
and
and one.
one, and Joe is also. I believe our only undefeated is well, no, Greg. I don't. I need to see results from last round. Going into last round, we had four undefeated, I believe. Um, I did not see results.
It looks like Chris didn't update the past three games with the results.
Yeah, let me.
So I'm not 100% sure what.
I'll ping Chris real quick and see if you get a chance. Can you update
so Joe has both the Cantina and Mos Eisley. We'll see if he can find the hut.
Yep, activation never a problem, either playing with or against Obimuning. For free, so shuffle themselves over for free to Mos Eisley after going to the farm. He tutored up 3PO, but he didn't play him. Would that be correct?
I think so. Guess just prioritizing. Draw. He must. I wonder if the hut is in his force pile and he knows it.
He did pull a site, so he would know it's there. Looks like we'll have a top 8 posted shortly.
There's a Where's Han to grab onto a Falcon.
Yep, and we know that the big thing here is that they're intruder missiling left and right. Got some sevens. They're going to try to shoot down some ships.
Yeah,
But
might be less good against starfighters, but
I
we'll see.
gotta read myself some intruder missiles one more time.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of reading this tournament. Yeah, you can only target capitals with intruder missiles.
Okay. So that's at least a net positive for Bill.
This is another one of those matchups where the Obimuning deck has to just keep Hauntry Falcon alive in space.
Mm-hmm.
But it might be more difficult here. Joe really needs to find sand.
And we have standings through 4 games real quick. Jeff and Greg are both undefeated at 4-0. And then we have quite the smattering of people at 3-1, including Batmouse, who we saw just lose on camera to Jeff, Bill, Hayes, Charlie Arlinson, Connor, Joe, Olson, and Cal. So basically all the team, 4 of the 5 team fivers that showed up are now currently 3-1 or undefeated.
We're thinking what, like maybe 3 X3s aren't going to make it? Possibly 2 or 3.
I really don't know. Pretty comfortably, I would think at least 2, right? But we'll see. And then obviously,
do you know if Bill is playing Black Sun Fleet?
I
well, I guess it
believe
doesn't
he is
matter.
not playing Black Sun Fleet.
I guess it doesn't matter because they're playing General Leia, right?
Right, they're playing General Leia.
Yeah.
But the last list you showed us did not have Black Sun Fleet. Yeah, I mean, so basically, I mean, this is a good start for Bill because Joe does not have that turn 1 Luke or Ray or Leia or anyone doing pressure into the Cantina.
Yep.
Right?
Oh, and he completes the Death Star. That's pretty good.
Plays Knesset successfully here. Lays out his sector.
Were those all from hand?
I think they were.
Man, could you imagine if Joe had gone for the clear in the bunker and then Bill just had it anyways?
Yeah. Pretty funny.
I don't see a TTO though.
I did not see a TTO.
We see Saber 1 and Baron.
And we see Joe playing non-combo escape pod to tutor up a Pujix.
Get some Destiny 7s in there.
The Destiny 6.
Sorry, yeah, 6. Yeah, I guess not too worried about like the blaster effect and Walker. Not too worried about any of those cards this tournament to warrant playing the combo.
I don't know. I mean, Shadow Collector does seem pretty down and out. It's not a deck I'd want to play against Obimuning right now. So, I guess Walkers has never really been that impactful. It's nice to have the high destiny that you can just cycle back. I get it. Top 8's also posted in the form now to Dan, so anyone can see the top 8.
Yeah, shout out to Dan for running the stream today.
Yeah,
doing a great job.
Great.
And then Garrett on site helping out too. Huge props to them. So Joe can shuffle the guys.
Shuffle over there to get a Drainer too. Yep. He just didn't have the Saber for. You see Joe playing a Nemodian advisor, or losing the
Bill.
Nemodian
Ooh,
advisor. Bill
lost
losing the Nemodian
Vader though.
advisor. Also Vader, but
He just pulled the shuttle into hand and lost Vader. It's kind of rough.
maybe he'll no escape. Maybe he'll throw it a naked shuttle. Who knows?
Just put the guys, yeah, deploy the shuttle down to the
I would
docking bay.
assume if he's losing the Nemodian advisor, it's because he's already found the system.
Yeah, I assume he's playing Kashyyyk for his system, but
I
it would have
believe
been really
actually that
tech.
he is playing
He's
Tatooine.
playing Tatooine with Maul, and okay, that's really good. I was just about to ask about that.
Yeah, let me see. For those who aren't as quite clear on the intricacies of obscure systems you might play in TTO, the Tatooine system is Dream plus one with Maul there. Also has a tax on the opponent for moving to there, I believe. But also it means you can set up Tarkin's orders against the Obimuning deck, which is kind of nice.
Yep,
So
cancel that Cantina Drain.
yeah, you probably presumed that they'd be playing a version that has a system, but this one does not. Yes, he was on Tatooine, and he did have a.
All right, so Bill really needs to find TTO this turn.
He's playing TTO. He needs to get his other system out. He needs to put some
Like you
pressure.
said, he probably has the system in hand since he lost Nemodian Advisor.
And I would assume he drew cards up to find TTO. He would have.
Or it's somewhere in his reserve deck after deploying Baron.
There's the
Okay, there's
system.
system. Yep.
There's a Tatooine. Um, right, but he left a couple of force up, and he wouldn't leave the force up if he had already found. But I would think there's Maul. Maul's getting the Sith infiltrator. It's obviously a,
Yeah.
like we said, pretty solid space against the potential. Basically just Hanshu Falcon and nothing else.
Yeah, really good with TTO. Immune Nutrition draws 2 Destiny, both
There's
+1.
TTO,
All right, this is perfect start for Bill.
and
And he has
there's
to
the
get his,
effect that boosts it
yeah,
up. So, and there's a, I think it's a Grand Admiral throne. Yes, it is.
yeah,
Thanks,
V,
thanks,
I think.
Bill. Maybe you heard us. Uh,
I kind of feel
um,
like he needs to put the shuttle down and move his guys up so he doesn't get
yeah,
down to
that's
the
what I'm
bunker.
feeling too, and that would be the biggest thing I would be worried about if I were Bill, because I mean, hopefully he has a gig, found a gig, is ready for that. Because if Joe is in a pressure spot, he's going to try to neighbor in or throw down Jin with a couple friends and try to beat up those guys. So
To answer your question, yeah, Darth Maul, just regular Darth Maul, Tatooine Darth Maul, would be very good, but I just don't think you can give up the flexibility of
yeah,
Lord
he's
Maul.
playing a couple of Phantom Menaces too. So the
Yeah,
flexibility of that ball being able to, and yeah, Justin, Bill did play TTO with the Yoda deck. CS top 8 this last season. But there's a lot more damage output potential for this particular Obimuning deck, so be interesting to see here. Could be a revenge game for Joe, or it could be another round that goes to Bill. We shall see. Yeah, it's I agree that that shuttle is going to be a pretty important piece for Bill. He's going to need to.
I mean, maybe he just has Gick in hand, but he's got to get those guys off the ground as soon as possible.
Right. Yeah, he can't leave himself open to a Jen Luke. Sorry about the mess. Thanks for playing this game.
Yeah, or neighboring.
Just a neighbor. And especially with all these used pile pulls, it will definitely be what Joe would go for. Can't tell how much force he currently has up. We shall see. Curious if that multi twitch is going. I've been meaning to check that. So Joe has lots of force, decent amount of cards in hand. Pay to drain here.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been sculpting his hand, so
right?
I definitely think he has a game plan here.
I think the game plan would be the bunker, right?
Yeah, I
Now,
wonder if he's really disassembling stuff to.
the question sort of becomes at what stage does he feel like he has to do? Because if you do that now and he kicks, you're
Yeah,
basically out of the game,
you're
right?
in
I mean,
really rough shape.
you've thrown a bunch of guys into a site, you're not getting anything done, so he's going to handle the drain.
If he has Tarkin's orders here, that'd be huge.
He
There
does
it
have
is.
Tarkin's orders and he grabs it, so that's pretty
Yeah.
good for Bill. Um,
No grab. No grab.
I think it's a grab. Looks like it's hanging out over there.
So he took the force back. I think he's thinking about it. He's counting his force power right now. Wonder if it's throwing off his math. If he grabs that. Yeah, can you play that? Is Baru female?
I think so.
Like Owen and Baru?
I don't want to be like too politically incorrect here. I think they are. They.
Let me pull up old GIMP here. The true
I
source.
think they should be both male and female. Yeah, it's not alone. That's the key thing that people mess up is that you can't dodge them or whatever. Yeah,
Yes,
with all this math that he's doing, he's going for that for this turn. Oh,
they are
Bill.
female. It's
Bill,
confirmed.
I hope you found your gig. I think Joe's staring down 7 damage next turn.
So no grab on the Tarkin's orders. It's interesting.
7 damage next turn. Oh, he's heading out Hunchy Falcon.
Yeah, it's tough if he's playing on battling. Trigger missile doesn't do anything.
Can't shoot him.
I mean, Bill is fully immune to drawing 2 Destiny here.
It's
Okay,
fully being
Sand
drawn one
is
destiny, so
that's a little
Sand
bit better. Makes this a
does
little bit
make it
better.
a little bit better. It still does also stop Maul, so he has to draw a natural 5 to pull them off.
It's basically 2 blanks on Sand. I mean, I guess you can
And
shove.
there's Ray, so Ray to the Cantina. See if we can. Ray Cantina basically probably is just to dig out maybe.
What if they have another weapon, like proton torpedoes or something?
Is Bill running short range combo? Bill's running like 4 short range combos, so he does have that. If he has a proton torpedo, that would be unfortunate. I mean, he won't get the bonus from the intruder missiles. Round 2, Falcon doesn't have a pilot spot, so it's not like you can throw Luke on there and try to blow up the Death Star. I thought you would with double our efforts out anyways. There's a saber for Ray.
I feel like if his plan was to blow up the Death Star, he would have gone to indoor there, right?
Joe took the handle back. Like, did he take it with the used pile pull? I don't know. I couldn't see the used pile pull. I don't think Joe's tilting. He's just playing his cards. Padme is a passenger.
Okay. All right, he is going in.
And he's
All
going
right.
into the Death Star. That's a little risky. Oh, I don't know, Justin, if he like took it back into hand. I mean, it could be you initiate drain, Bill passes, then he handles, then he orders. Does that work? Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Maybe. Is Bill a nice guy? Bill's the nicest guy.
So Joe's taking 7 damage here.
Mm-hmm. 7 damage, and he's chilling out at a non-battleground there.
Why do you think he put the intruder missiles on the Falcon?
I don't know. It's 6 damage, right? No, it's 5. No, it's 7.
7, right? 2.
Assuming
Trades
he's
to lose
yeah,
3.
It does make it easier to blow, does it?
Oh, really?
Look at us learning things that we should already know.
Well, I haven't seen intruder missile played on Hanshui Falcon
Well, yes, but we can
probably
read. It
ever.
says specifically add 3 of armed with missiles. Add pilot's ability. Which does that add a 3, right? So he can blow it up in a couple of turns. He just needs to get past the subtraction from the double efforts. All right, so there's the shuttle to get everyone off the ground and away from.
Yeah, but it's gonna take him forever to do that. And even if he does blow up the Death Star, it's not like the game is over.
Doesn't he lose like 20 force?
Yeah,
He
but I
lose
mean, he hasn't lost any force yet.
true. Well, he's lost a couple, but yes, 28.
Also,
Yeah,
Joe's gonna lose what? So if it's 4 turns, Joe's gonna lose the same amount.
yeah, 28 from Bill. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Also, he has to succeed, right? Because isn't he maneuver -6 now?
Yeah, he's gonna have to get through all the sectors, and that's not a guarantee.
We shall double our efforts. Opponent starfighters maneuver -5. And also when he tries to blow the Death Star, subtract 2. So I would assume by the time we get to that stage of things, we'll be tracking something. 28 greater than 20. Thank you, Justin, the math teacher. Always helpful.
But you know, this might be Joe might be thinking this is like the only way that I can possibly win this matchup. Is just going for
Well,
this.
he has no way to engage in space. So I do agree, right? We
Yeah.
know that their space is just basically this intruder stuff. So he has no way to kind of jump around in space. That's true. And then on the ground, she's basically maxing out damage at 5. Couple terrains, 3, 2, yeah, taking 7. Yeah. Fought Baron last turn? Yeah, probably. He's got the effect out, right? So Baron's only immune to less than 5, so he just needs to draw 4. Also, like, you get a power draw. I mean, unless you're worried about him playing the interrupt that lets him download the weapon to make it into +3. That would be the reason not to fight Baron.
So Joe able to get around Coward here and train for 5 at TTO or at Death Star? Am I correct?
Yeah,
Death Star 2.
yeah.
Oh no. You don't get the drain bonus if TTO's on table, so just a drain of 2.
Right. So he's draining for 6 to 7, basically. And the control cancels one of them.
It's a lot of force though.
They're going in. Then they move from the sectors you draw, right?
I think so. I don't think it's anything from Death Star to the sector.
Correct. Coolant shaft. Yeah, if it's less than 1. Is the Destiny draw mandatory, Justin? I think it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't save, I've had this happen on GIMP. 2 things. One, if you don't save a Destiny, you just lose. Like the ship automatically goes lost. No,
You don't
Justin, it's when you move from the sectors, not to the
yeah.
sectors. So moving to the sector doesn't trigger the draw from the sector. So what's important though is that when Joe, if or when he does blow it up, he's going to have to draw 3 times because you have to draw for every sector as you're leaving too. I
Oh
definitely
yeah.
I had a game on GIMP versus our good friend Dylan where I blew up the Death Star. I was like, I won, and then I had tracked like my last destiny, and my Falcon just went to the lost pile. And I was like, that doesn't seem right.
Well, didn't escape in time, man. That seems pretty thematic to me.
Here it's gonna draw one living sector.
It's not just free moving through the coolant shaft, man.
Garrett, you might want to, while you're watching, keep it a close eye, make sure you get draws. be an easy thing to miss. Though I think Bill probably knows how it works. But yeah, I mean, Joe can get some damage in here, right? If he finds a Luke finds well, there's Luke Saber off the top. Um, he needs that Luke Saber. So now he's losing three more. We Shall Double was from hand. Tatooine was also from hand. And we saw him lose the Modi and Advisor to a drain from hand. So it seems like he just threw it out basically. Bill drew a decent amount of cards on turn two. Yeah, he said turn two, he just kind of drew a ton because I think he can do stuff he wanted. So the next question is really, if that Saber loss, that's pretty tough for Joe. He's going to have to pay a decent amount to keep the drains going. They're looking at 7 to 5 if he wants to still pay 9 to get that other drain at the 1-0. I'm going to assume that Bill probably has some other additional damage output in here. Maybe he has like a cannons and an Imperial artillery that he could try to start looping.
I believe so.
We also know he has that Tarkin's order, so that's another thing with the damage race.
If you're feeling frisky, you could always just put. Whoa, he's landing.
If you're feeling frisky, you can. Huh.
Oof.
Uh,
Because now you're not draining for one at or draining for +1 at Tatooine. This
huh.
feels too one turn too early, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he saw a bunch of stuff lost from Joe and was like, "All right, I'm
Yeah,
going for this."
this seems. I don't know why you would. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, like you said, he saw a lot of stuff lost. I don't know why you put your guys. Yeah, why not just go to the farm if you want to be outside?
Yeah. Now you're opening yourself up to the Cantina Shuffle beat.
You're opening yourself up to anything and everything that that deck does with like a Luke, a run Luke run, Clash, Sabers. You also, like you said, giving up the. I mean, you're just winning a drain race already.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. This
This is definitely putting yourself in a pretty dangerous spot.
is like that situation in Magic when you're like so far ahead that you outthink yourself and
Yeah, you're like, I
end
got
up
to do something.
end up playing poorly because of it.
This is way too early. Yeah. Yikes.
It's not even a guarantee that Joe's going to make it through the sectors in enough time.
Correct. Well, he has multiple malls. So obviously, if this mall dies, he could put another mall on that MSI, fly it back up. But I mean, I guess maybe you do this. You got like the dick in hand, so you make Joe just throw a bunch more things out there to try to overwhelm it. But like, no, like, yeah, we'll see. Joe's lost two Master Lukes already. We know that. But I would assume there's a third or a fourth. We also know he has lots of use pile pulls. We also know how much they
I
like.
think he's used any, right? Because he hasn't played Leo or Lando.
Yeah, yeah.
2A.
He also just has sorry about the mess, right? So you just shuffle in and sorry about the mess. Yeah, I mean, there's a good combination of cards Bill could have here, but if you just like shuffle Ray in, sorry out Maul, Thrawn's sitting there, kind of in trouble. Do any of these sectors do anything in battles at related sites? They don't, right? It's just
No.
bad. We don't have any like Emperors Emperor's what is it, orders stuff going on now.
I mean, if
Yeah, if you forgot to leave a force for a sector draw, like basically baiting him into doing a battle, like
if Bill gets to
he's
keep
got
these guys
clash
on the
on
table, though,
sand.
it's really good.
He's got
I'll say
clash
that.
on sand. I mean,
I
there's
just can't
little.
imagine he's going to be able to keep these guys around.
I almost don't want to put any characters out just so there's no battle, so then he can't use like sand, right? Like literally just keep those two cards like locked up forever. I just
Yeah. Like he can even battle, pull Clash off sand, and
clash them.
Flash. Yeah.
I mean, it forces Bill to need the Gick right now. Or just like keep doing 7 damage to 5 damage for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
made a
mean, if he did
space
this
drain.
next turn, maybe this would be good, but
Yeah, Sidious would be a big help. But also, why the Cantina?
just like, I just don't feel like he was really under any pressure to do this.
But yeah, why not just go to the farm? Because at the farm, you still drain 2 with Maul anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe's got to be just running through options in his head. And again, if Bill just has a Gick here, maybe, right? If you have a Gick, then it's sort of like, okay, you just kind of escape out.
But you still go up your drain +1 at Tatooine.
Command doesn't do anything here because command is like gonna get blocked by sand because he needs to pick these cards up anyways. Yeah, I don't know. He did leave a decent amount of force up, so I assume his hand has some. This is unnecessarily risky, right? Like the value you're gaining here isn't even better than doing nothing, probably.
To be fair, Joe is like really in the tank here, so
He's
maybe
in the tank because he's like, do I get to
he's
win?
perplexed. Yeah.
But he's just like, do I get to win the game now? How do
Well,
I get
he's
to win?
draining. Okay, so
There's Tarkin's
yeah,
orders
Tarkin's
again.
orders. See, that makes even less sense. If you have Tarkin's orders, why do this?
They're
Yep,
gonna
there's the
jump in
shuffle.
there. They're sorry now. No, sorry. That's probably like a Luke or a Lando. There's a
Luke,
Luke.
there's a
There's a
barrier.
barrier
Okay,
on Luke.
it's decent.
So now he has 2 force left. This looks like from
Luke
last
gets his
pile.
saber back.
Still think a battle, clash, battle, pick up clash, hit someone, clash him out. Can't command through that. I mean, barrier helps and makes sense, but relying on a barrier is always a tough thing to do anyway.
I assume he did not play Phantom Menace,
So
right? I
he's
don't think
going
Phantom
back
Menace.
now to get his use pile pull after he already got the lightsaber.
Ugh,
Hmm.
I would not allow that.
And saw barrier. Nice guy. Bill Kafer.
Really nice guy this game. Here, let me put my guys in the cantina for you to battle.
Nice guy, Bill Kafer. He can't even. I guess he can escape by. Yeah, barriers. I guess that's. I mean, you wouldn't not use the loophole. You wouldn't not pull the saber, so they're both relatively like automatic type actions. Also, like Maul, I guess Maul can hit Owen and Brew, but
Well,
like,
if
well, I mean, the
well,
issue I would have.
if Bill has force push here, it's really good.
Well, I'm just saying with the -2, he's swinging a Ray who got hit. If he has force push, I like what's going on here
Yeah,
because with force push,
you get an extra damage with TTO. You could just move back out and take off again.
yeah,
Major killed a lightsaber.
no force
No
push.
force push.
Destiny 4. Destiny not 4. Yeah, he could fly back up there. You basically just undo the turn he just had.
Yeah.
He is not overflow because Maul. I mean, he did clear a lightsaber, did clear.
Did he put back Owen with
With the effect, he must have.
Okay, so here's the move, so
That's what he is.
draws a 5.
Uh,
I assume that's enough.
well, it's -5. It needs to be greater than 1 or something, right?
If it's less than 1, right?
Less than 1.
It's dead.
Peeks at a card. So the net effect of that turn was basically to remove a lightsaber.
But he got one back with Luke, so that didn't
Right,
do
but
anything.
Luke was going to come out anyways that one day. So it does net away some damage. But a very risky way to do it.
Yeah. But Joe also got a card back from Sand, which could matter.
And got back a clash with Sam. So we're at the second sector now, is that right?
Yes.
Move to the second one.
Yes.
I would assume he has another mall, and that mall is gonna hop on that ship and they're gonna go hang out on Tatooine again. Close call in the sector draw would kill the Falcon, that is correct.
I think it's only weapon or battle destiny, or close call.
No, close call. Redraw it.
No, I'm pretty sure it's weapon or battle destiny. Otherwise, that card would be too good.
It's during battle. That's right. Sorry. The used portion is during battle. You can redraw anything, but no.
Right, yeah.
And you can't
Sorry,
subtract
rebattle,
3,
yeah.
and you subtract 3, so no, you cannot close call. Because you can subtract.
You can Dark Time.
You can Dark Time.
So
Emperor
here's for shuttle.
seems
I don't know why you need that.
unnecessary. Is it just putting cards in play? I mean, I think he's pretty clearly signaled that he has no other space.
Maybe he's going to land it again. Put a guy over, land Emperor at the farm.
Yeah. You can't ship dock, right? So just be the Emperor by himself.
Yeah,
So
just
if he
kidding.
neighbors and clashes the Emperor, you lose.
They're small. Okay.
So is the idea that the Falcon, when it escapes, has to go to Tatooine, right? So now he's just billowing up Tatooine. He barriered Maul.
Does that matter? Can he still take off? He can, right?
He's not in the ship.
Oh, yeah. Unless he deployed it to the ship, right?
Did he deploy him to the ship?
I don't know.
Well, now you might need to land the Emperor.
There's
Sure.
an image on Cantina. Okay.
Garrett, can you tell us if Maul was played to the ship?
Doesn't look like it. Because he landed the... Okay. I guess he was.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh. This is fine.
I still would have landed at the farm, though.
I actually don't hate this as much as I didn't like the previous turn. Because like here you have a lot of forfeit with those ships. Right? And how much force?
I guess you block the Cantina Shuffle Drain, too.
You block the Cantina Shuffle. He'd have to like really throw out he's not gonna, I mean, he would have to move over, sorry one guy, clash the other guy, and you still have, what is it, a decent amount of forfeit. I guess that shuttle forfeit's like nothing, right? But you still have like a solid amount of forfeit.
Yeah, the shuttle is 5, Invader shuttle is 4. So you got 9 forfeit worth of ships there that Joe can't really do anything
So the
about.
worst case is that you move over, you sorry one guy, you clash another, but then you take some overflow and you're still satisfying battle order with the clash tie.
But here's the thing though. Luke is power +6, right? Because Oda Lars
Oh yeah.
So Luke is like
Luke is like
power 11 plus 5. He's
Luke is a
16
million
power.
billion power. Yeah. I mean, farm would be a lot safer.
Good point. Good point, Justin. Owen Lars and Lars is only works if you lost it during opponent's turn.
Oh, good. Thanks, Justin.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta go.
All right, so hard to get like a clear life total count here, but last turn that Joe paid 3 to drain, played Luke, and had like a couple force left. So he's probably at about 15 life force at this point. So you can probably add like one more character, shuffle over battle. Um, but again, the barrier might have just been to get a life force, try to get a life force back. Is that a whiteboard with stars? No, it's a infographic I made in a previous shop that I really liked. So I get a copy of it. Joe's kind of in the tank here. I mean, Joe's definitely thinking if there's a way to win, it has to be clearing off some ground guys here. I mean, you can have, he'll be at 14 power with the effect, effectively 15 power if he adds to that.
Okay, I'm back. What I miss?
Well, we're discussing, well, we're kind of seeing what's going on. Not much. Joe's kind of just been thinking on his turn. Looks like there was a verify here. Yeah, sorry. He's playing Were You Looking for Me to Verify? His destinies before, I think, we're circulating.
What's the discussion here?
The discussion is whether or not Maul deploys -3 of the Sith Infiltrator on a landed ship. And and it sounds like Emperor deploys free unlanded shuttle. Why one thing works and the other doesn't, I do not know.
Gotcha.
Or why it works, I don't know. This would be what I would say.
So are we still in Joe's control phase or what?
We are still on, I think, Bill's like cross step. Maybe he hasn't recirculated. He's activating the track. Joe's putting back Destiny basically. To what purpose, I don't know. So Bill's tapped out. So we know there won't be a force push or a barrier.
Does Joe
Sorry
have
to
crossing?
clarify, guys, just in the chat, text related to deploy specifically is not canon. So everyone knows. So it is correct that Maul's deployment. What did you say?
Does Joe have a hand?
Does Joe have a hand? He must, I believe so. Doesn't he at least have the clash from the battle, or did he lose it?
Not sure. Oh yeah, he does have a hand. Okay.
He has no
barely
hand.
see it.
Where?
Wait, we just got confirmation he has no hand?
No, I'm asking you.
I think he
He has a
does.
hand.
I just think it's hard to see.
If Joe didn't have a hand, he has a hand that probably includes at least the clash. No force up for Bill. Yeah, so everyone watching, we are in what I believe is still Joe's activate phase as he's trying to determine what he wants to do. Um, Potentially Cantina shuffling Luke and Owen um, over to Mos Eisley to attack what appears to be Ozzel, Moff Gerard, and for Palpatine some shit.
Jared Rod.
Jared Gerard?
Jared Gerard.
I doubt they ever said his name in the movie. He's popping Walkling. Retrieve. Did you pop Walkling? I think you did. Yeah, Justin's saying that basically the 20 lethal could occur just simply from the fact he's going to get blown away. But the blow away won't happen for another turn.
2 turns, right?
He's in the second sector. You do it. He's going to move to the third, and then you do it in the third in your control phase, right?
Once during each opponent's control phases. Yeah, okay.
Stop, pop, and walk it. Thank you. Oh, did the stream just go out for you? No, it's back for me.
Back, yeah. So he needs to make sure he has the destiny to make it through the sector and the destiny saved to blow
He
up the
needs
Death Star.
four. He needs four destinies when he blows it.
Are you counting the destinies to make it back out?
Well, he does it on his control, on Joe's control, right?
Yeah. But do the destinies to make it out matter?
Yes, they do.
Do you not blow it up if your ship doesn't make it out?
No, you blow it up, but your ship would die, and then
Yeah, but the ship dies. Like if you're doing 20 and your ship dies, what difference does it make?
well, it might be that the math he might need the ship to get to a battleground in order to pay for drains or whatever. General Leia added, so he's going to add a retrieval when Joe gets a battle here. Ship moves. Destiny's presumably high enough because we don't see it blowing up.
What was that?
I don't know. It looked like it was Jen,
Is that
but
enough?
well, -5 greater than 1 or whatever, right?
No, it's greater than 2 in this situation.
He did
So that means
not
like
fight. That's correct, Justin. So no battle. We just kind of see a stack up here of guys. Yeah, Joe must be pretty low.
so he's gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage this turn.
Why 8? Isn't it still just 7?
4 from TTO.
Oh, because he occupies a site.
Yeah. And then 4 to drains.
Or for drains he doesn't have to pay for.
Yep.
Yeah.
So is Joe gonna have enough? Yeah, I think he's. Is he gonna have? So I think he's tracked something. So, but I wonder if he's
I
able
would
to.
assume he's tracked something to blow it up. Let's just
Yeah.
assume that it's getting blown up. The question is really, can Bill take the 20 force loss? But then can Joe like pay for drains, basically? Um, like does Joe have or does Bill have 24 stuff? Why is he playing a card?
Yeah. What is this? Wants to
Joe,
put
why does
Maul
he want
down
to put
there?
Maul down there? Why is he worried about anything
Yeah.
anywhere? He just literally is he gonna
He
like
must know
move?
that he has enough force to not get blown out. He must have more than 20 force.
And
At
then if
least I
he
would hope so.
shuffles inside, he can drain for 2. I mean, obviously he has more than 20, but like
But
he's
I don't think
now
he can afford
oh,
to drain. I don't know what his
Joe.
track where his destinies are tracked.
I don't know where his destinies are tracked either, but the issue is that like does Bill I guess Bill's just gonna go for 3 in space after this? He's counting, and assuming this counting is to get up to 20. Yeah, I mean Joe's gonna 3 PO, he's gonna line these things up. And he does another 3. So he's going straight to blow it up. I mean, Joe's enough to get inside and drain. I guess if he moves inside to drain to 6. Let's see if there's an immediate concession or not. And he moves inside and drains. It looks like
Wait,
Joe is saying he has
did
the
he
math to
miss?
beat him. He didn't miss. I think Joe is saying I've won, is what he's trying to say. Because he has like 23, basically, or 22. Bill is peeling 20. And then I think he's moving inside. He's popping something special planned to give Joe back a life force. Then he's draining, and Joe won.
Wow.
Yeah, so it looks like what Bill really needed to do was get some guys inside.
I think he just over deployed.
No, I think if he had moved Emperor and the Imperials inside, he might have had enough to get there. Right? Yeah, blowing up the Death Star is 24 slots. Yeah, I think he had to move inside. If he moves inside, then there's not a battle.
He doesn't have a drain.
He doesn't have a drain. He doesn't have a drain, he doesn't have a good battle. So you should have just moved Emperor and the Imperials inside, left Maul outside with 2 ships for forfeit fodder. And there's not
Yeah.
really, I guess he has Clash, which is problematic there.
I think he
He
just
definitely,
over deployed. I
I
think
think he
that's
does.
all there really.
It's like a Maul, the ship, shuttle, yeah, that tough stuff. Do you
It's
want to
like
talk,
if
Jeremy? You want to talk to Jeff?
yeah, let's get Joe on
Cool.
the helm.
I thought you were going to move the 3 boots in and then when, yeah. Sorry, I'm not trying to pile on. No, you're good. You're discussing lines, yeah. Yeah, it definitely seemed to be like a bit of an over deploy. Over deploy from Bill, costly. There's Joe up to X and 1, Bill down to. Is Bill wearing glasses? They look really good on him.
Yeah.
I like Sure Taka's glasses. Yeah, I think that's the issue. Is he basically just kind of he just needed a few more turns. Do we know what Joe's final life total was? Was it like 5, maybe?
Yeah, 4 or 5 or something like that. Tough loss there for Bill. I really thought he had it. He was in the driver's seat.
Yeah, it was. He kind of unfortunately gave it back there.
Okay, we should be able to hear Garrett. Give me a second. Okay. See if Joe wants to go ahead with the interview.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Hello? you guys hear me? Hello?
We can hear you,
Okay,
or
so
we can hear each other.
can you hear me?
Who are we talking about?
I don't know. Tom just said, can hear you. I'll
Can you
Tom
hear
know
me?
that we're heard and seen.
Well, that might mean Tom can hear me. Tom, can you hear Garrett?
If we have time for an interview, I do know that the last round paired like exactly an hour ago, so
Let him in.
no worries if there's not time.
Oh,
You
yeah,
guys
we
should
don't
be able to hear Garrett.
We don't hear Garrett.
have
If we don't hear Garrett,
Drew, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, the chat hears Garrett.
the chat hears Garrett.
Yeah, I think one person.
The chat's heard
That's
me doing a
correct. We
Verizon
cannot hear
commercial.
Garrett.
Chat can hear you.
I guess I can.
Not the interviewers. That's fine. I'll talk to chat.
Here, 1 second.
Dan's still making his magic happen. Here.
Have Joe talk
Here's
to
You can talk to them.
Is there?
the webcam.
There's no, that's the only camera
This
that's
camera?
on. So.
Can
Let's
you
go
hear
outside
me?
for
The Zoom call does not have them.
So are we done? You don't need me? I don't think they can hear me.
Yeah. Oh, well, he said chat can hear you,
Oh,
but
chat can hear me.
I don't know
Chat-
where he was looking at.
Chat, if you can hear me, press F in the chat.
F's in the chat.
I'll open up the Twitch stream on my phone and see if there's some F's in the chat, and then I'll just talk to chat. That's fine if there's no.
Justin put an F in the chat. I can read you the chat.
Oh, great, sweet. All right, so I'll just talk. Kind of awkward with no questions, I guess.
That's it,
Yeah,
that's it, where I was.
blew up Taco's Death Star. We were talking lines at the end, and he had,
I missed several things.
yeah. Why don't
You
I
guys
just
hear
look?
Joe now?
No,
I
but
can
the
hear
chat's
you.
gonna
The
interview.
chat can hear me, but you can't hear me.
Oh, they said you're looking at your crotch. They said
Welcome.
come around the other side.
So yeah, why don't we just hold
why
this like a
Obimuning?
microphone so we can both talk? Yeah, Taco. I mean, I basically the turn Falcon came down. I was worried that he had barrier for Falcon and then was going to put cannons on Fel and just shoot it down, and so I didn't go in front of Baron. And then the other line I was worried about was, besides barrier, Onyx 2 coming down if I battled Baron, and then I sand card, and then he spins and draws enough to clear out the whole Falcon. And so I was like, all right, I don't want to battle, I don't want to risk barrier or like reacting dude and spin to get around my sand card. So I'm just gonna put Padme on board. I don't know that she's enough forfeit for when I move to the Death Stars. If he attacks into it, hopefully I can sand and forfeit her and still keep moving in. And then I read that TTO has a missile add 3, and so I was like, all right, I'll just run in with the missile. I don't know, I haven't tested it in a long time. I don't know if there will be quite enough time to make it, but let me just like sprint in and see if I can blow it in time. And the other thing is, I've won with TTO before where they blow it and lose 20, and I still win by like 5 because you're doing so much damage, and that almost happened. But yeah, it was a tight.
Yeah, we were talking about lines afterwards, and I just missed moving. So, one, I could have drawn my entire force pile because I'm going to lose 20 anyway, and there was a Tarkin's Orders in the force pile, so I could have canceled the drain of 2 at the Cantina. The other line was to, once I had landed Maul, I can move any number of guys into the Cantina and block that drain. And then earlier in the game, after he deployed the Falcon and moved away, I had Colonel Jendon in Onyx 1 and a cannon in my reserve deck, but I just completely
Oh,
blanked on that
when
turn.
the Falcon was at the Death Star?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the turn you were talking about. So you
Yeah.
could have gemmed in Falcon. So I did have it there tracking us. So
Okay.
to subtract 1.
And I would have been doing it blind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the best line, so I just kind
They'll
of.
say why he landed ball. He just wanted extra. He was worried about a battle as the final damage. If not landing at the farm the first time. When I
When I went to the Cantina.